Hi guys, Harry Yotis here. I've been a professional trader for 20 years now. Started way back in 2005 and now still alive in 2025. Well, 2025 is over. We just began the week. Right now is 2027, January the 2nd. Okay, so let's get on with our daily market update. This candle right here on a picture of the S&P 500 is Friday. Okay, as you can see, we started off going down. We went all the way to, we broke the 680 on the SPY and then rebounded strongly. Okay, so let's talk about the technical picture first. The technical picture is still bullish. Okay, let's bring in the moving averages. Still trading above the 50. As you can see, I don't know if you could really see it, but the wick almost touched the 50. I was hoping it would touch it. Didn't get there, but very close enough, I guess. So we kissed the 50 and now back up. Okay, so for me, this technical setup is still bullish because you have a series of higher lows, higher highs, and we're coming into the new year, which generally tends to have a January effect. Not always, but generally speaking. And as usual, we don't just look at the technicals, we look at the sentiment. And well, back down. Despite the market being basically flat on the day, we went down to neutral and fear. Okay, so everything is back down to fear. Everything is still back in fear, and we're nearing highs. Okay, so this is good for the bullish case. However, we also got the AAII Investor Sentiment Survey, which I love. However, for the week ending December 31st, I guess it's every Thursday, so for them the week ends on a Thursday, we had the bulls coming back from a weak performance the week before, and the bears going down. This is what we expected to see. This is very strange. As the market was going down, now you're getting the bulls coming in and the bears retreating. This is what I want to see going forward, okay? I mean, I don't want to. It'd be better if we continue the bullish trend, but this is what I expected to see going forward. And 27% bearish is beneath the average. So this is what I want to see in the 20s with a lot of bullish sentiment going forward. Then we might think of paring our bullishness down a bit. But so far, we're coming into the bullish cap. However, this is still very neutral. We barely went to greed for 1 or 2 days before going back down. We have to see greed and extreme greed before I start getting worried about my bullishness in terms of the sentiment portion of the analysis. Okay, so we have bullish technicals, bullish sentiment because it's a contrarian indicator. Although AAII, mental note, keep this, we have to watch this. Still hasn't been solidified. Remember, this has to be solidified over weeks, months even. It'd be nice. Not there yet. Okay, so bullish overall. Okay, what I wanted to talk about today especially is market dynamics. This is the special topic of what was going on in the markets today. Even though it's like holidays, it's the first day back, but everybody was off on Thursday and they're probably going to be off a little bit today. And I think the big boys are going to come back in next week starting on the 5th. Okay, we're going to have our like regular trading hours. But the market dynamics today was very special because we were negative the whole day, except in the end it started coming back. The market, as we said, it kissed the 50-day moving average and then came back, still bullish. So it was like negative price action. However, we had under the hood, we had some positive signs, okay? Because market going down is, let's say, quote unquote, risk off behavior, but we had a couple of risk on elements within this trading day today. Okay, so let's look at today's January 2nd's underlying market dynamics. The first thing, Bitcoin. Bitcoin bid up like 1% or something. It's consolidating this pattern. Like we said, as the market was going high, I didn't expect Bitcoin to do much, probably after getting monkey hammered with a big drop liquidation event. It tends to go sideways for a while before, consolidates for a lot before breaking out. I'd be interested in Bitcoin. I've been looking at it. Interested, let's try it right here for you guys. If it breaks above these highs. these previous highs, if it breaks above that, then I'll start to get interested, okay? But until that, which is like, let's say 94, 9,500, okay? I really don't want to draw this line, but just so you guys can see it for now, it's $95,000 price. I would start getting interested again, but we'll see. It's still a very negative outcome here, so I'm not really 100% bullish on it, but we look at it. However, everything, like the miners, okay, this is Mara, they're up today 10%. So the big moves from bottoms, okay, they're just very, very depressed, so they're going to have a big move towards the bottom. However, the point about the Bitcoin chart today is that it's bid, okay? As the market was going down today, basically flat, but very bearish, you had some risk-on elements. And Bitcoin going up is not a risk-off thing, okay? People buy Bitcoin when they're happy and the market's going to go up, okay? So that's a positive on the risk-on camp. We also had the uranium sector going up today. Cameco is the leader. Look at it. Still at highs. Hasn't really depressed. These stocks, these uranium plays, get destroyed when the market goes down. Today it was bid up 7%. Okay, and URNM is the index of all uranium miners. That too is up 10%. Okay, so things that you don't expect to see in a risk-off environment. Okay, so you have Bitcoin, you have uranium. You also had the leading sector in tech, which is semiconductors, SMH, at highs. Is this what you expect to see when the market's going to crash? No. It was bid today up 3.6%. The entire sector was up 3.67%. Okay, that's good news. So you have this type of underlying market strength within SPY being basically flat today. Okay, went down and only got back up towards the end of the day. Okay, so the underlying market dynamics of this market are strong, but not just that. We also had gold and silver. Let's see our favorite trade here, gold. It was up for the market and then came down. So it wasn't supremely strong, but it didn't tank. Okay, so gold usually shows strength with the market nowadays. Okay, so gold market is still bid despite all of the negative press surrounding it, meaning we talked about the CME hiking margin requirements, and same with silver. Okay, silver, really, they're truly trying to kill it. It's consolidating at highs, a nothing market. So this is the kind of stuff you would expect not to see if the market was going to tank. If the market was going to tank, silver is going to get destroyed. Okay, there's no demand. If the economy is going to start tanking, going down, silver is going to go down too. All of them are going to go down. So you had silver, you had gold not acting as if it's going to get killed. Okay, you had Bitcoin, you had uranium, and you had the semiconductors all on the positive camp of risk on. However, what did support the negative market move today were the Mag 7 stocks like Microsoft, down big, approaching these levels again. Okay, Microsoft down 2.2%. Might re-enter it, we'll see. We had Tesla, another one. That was down. Remember, we got rid of it out here, our long. That was good. It's a good move. Again, I might look at it if it goes down to this level right here, 413. Everything is drawn here for a reason. Okay. We also had, what about Google? Again, the strongest one holds the most. Google was basically flat. The strongest one is still the strongest one. And of course, Meta, that one was down 1.47%. Okay, what about Palantir? We'll just look at that because that's supposed to be the AI scapegoat. Boom, down too, of course. So all of the Mag 7 stocks were hit today, which shows you why probably the market was down, even though a lot of other leading sectors were up. Hence, the balance of the SPY basically going flat. Okay, so I think this loss in the market initially is probably due to the Mag 7 and Mag 7 alone. Everything else showed some pretty good strength going into the new year. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. Just to reiterate, our technical picture here is bullish. The moving averages still above the 50. Touched it as we were hoping. Maybe a retest on next week. We don't know. We'll see. It's Friday. We have no idea what's going to go on next week. So bullish here in the technicals, the sentiment, neutral here, fear even, all the sub-indices basically. Extreme fear and safe haven demand. So this fuels the bull market, whereas the AAII longer-term sentiment indicator is starting to turn into the bullish camp. This, I mean, if the market continues to go up in January, we want to see a lot of bulls, and this drop down to like 2019 for at least 4 weeks. I want it for 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, 2 months of exuberance going forward would be beautiful. Okay, so the sentiment is there. Market dynamics, we just said it, that yes, we had Mag 7 go and the market going down, but a lot of risk on type of underlying industries or markets like Bitcoin was up today. Okay, well, let's get rid of these moving averages. It clutters everything. Bitcoin was up 1.35% today. Still overall in a sideways pattern. I don't want to get into it yet. Just looking at it. I'm just saying today's action is saying that the market is not entirely dead yet. Same with the uranium sector, URNM, up big, which is basically a carbon copy of Cameco, the market leader, up big, very beautiful chart. And you had the semiconductors bucking the trend of the market and going to new highs. That was the positive thing. The only bad thing was, we said, the Mag 7. Okay, so just an interesting look on the market dynamics today. That's it, guys. I hope you liked what you saw today, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And of course, if you have a comment, put it down below and I will answer it as fast as possible. So what's in store for next week? I'm bullish. I expect the market to go up, but let's see what happens. It's going to be very, very fascinating starting 2026. Later, guys.